Welcome to Ask a Lawyer with Christopher J. Zacher at the Zacher Law Firm in Phoenix, Arizona. Chris is a state bar certified specialist in personal injury and wrongful death cases. Fighting for clients' rights and compensation is his passion. Attorney Zacher answers your questions about the law and how it affects you.
Chris, how does one find a good attorney?
I wish there was a really, really good means of responding to this question and truly communicating that to the public and the people who are looking for attorneys. Because, most people have not been in any sort of incident or accident before, or if they have, they haven't been in very many of them. And so every time this happens, they need to figure out the best way to find an attorney. And having not been through it before, the thing that's going to hit them right in the face is, all these big advertisers, the billboards, the buses, the TV and radio, and all these law firms that tout how good they are. But you question whether, are they really that good? Do they just think they're that good? Do they just say they're that good? And the money behind all these advertisements gives them the ability to at least communicate that message to the public. And generally, what we know from being in the industry, it's the latter of all of those statements. They have the money to spend and the money to attempt to convince people that they're the right firm, but they are truly more interested in numbers, in getting people in, getting people out, not necessarily getting the best result for their clients, but getting a result, making a few bucks, enough to continue to support their big advertising budgets and then move on to the next one. It's just really difficult to communicate to the public at large that is exactly what those big advertising firms are all about. The best way to find a good attorney probably is an online search, looking at information maybe on a few different attorneys' websites. But boy, the one thing that really doesn't lie are the Google reviews. Look at the Google reviews that have been done online. First, look at the number of Google reviews, and the amount of the number doesn't necessarily tell the story. It's the average of stars for that particular attorney or that particular law firm's Google reviews, because those reviews come from current or former clients and truly should give you a pretty good picture as to how this law firm deals with its clients, treats its clients, handles the cases, results. That's the best means up front until you actually sit down and can meet with somebody or speak with somebody to make an assessment as to whether you're hiring the right law firm for your case.
Well, and Chris, that brings me to my next question then. How important is reputation?
Well, reputation is everything. You can't fake reputation. Reputation is what other people are saying about you, how other people talk about you. If you're not doing a good job for your clients, you're not going to have a good reputation. If you're not treating people the right way, you're not going to have a good reputation. If you're not taking the time to explain things and help your clients understand things, help them make the right decisions, you're not going to have a good reputation. So if you've been an attorney in the business for a long time, like we have, almost 27 years, handling only injury and death cases, you rely upon your reputation. And the next question would be is how do you determine an attorney's reputation? Well, if you know people in the business, you can ask them. Otherwise, reputation, we believe, is what is largely communicated from the online reviews of current and former clients.
And this is something you just touched on, Chris, but how important is it to retain a firm that only does personal injury?
for the very, very most part, it's crucial to retain a firm that only does personal injury. Over the course of years, law firms high and wide will advertise for personal injury cases. There's some sort of a perception out there that it's easy. I mean, you can open up the Yellow Pages, as archaic as Yellow Pages kind of has become. You can open up the Yellow Pages and turn to any ad, and it'll be an ad for, say, a domestic relations firm, a divorce firm, and child custody firm, and we handle, child custody cases, and we handle divorce cases. We do this, we do that, and then invariably at the bottom of their ad, it'll say, we also handle serious personal injury cases. I mean, there's a perception out there, even in the legal profession, that personal injury cases are easy. And I will tell you, from having done them for as long as I've done them, not only are they not necessarily easy, but they've become much more complicated over time. And the practice of law has truly become as specialized as the practice of medicine. No longer a one-stop shop, no longer that family doctor who sets bones and does all that sort of stuff. If you're a personal injury attorney, you need to focus on personal injury. It's the only way you're truly going to know all the complexities that exist with respect to a personal injury case. And if you're not solely a personal injury attorney, but you're a jack of all trades, a jack of all trades really is a master of none, and you just really can't understand the complexities of every single area of the law. Zacher Law Firm, we've been now in practice for 24 years, handling only personal injury and wrongful death cases. It's all we do. It's all we've ever done. The only people we represent are the victims of personal injury incidents, accidents, or the families of wrongful death victims. It's the way we have come to truly specialize in what we do, to understand all of the issues, all of the complexities, and to be able to handle each and every case on its own terms and on its own merit. You're going to get into trouble and you're going to have problems hiring an attorney who attempts to handle a personal injury case, but it's not solely what their practice is all about. They're just nothing but fraught with problems.
Okay, so how can I tell if I've retained a good attorney?
Well, I guess largely until the end of the case, you don't really know. But here's the way to tell up front. First and foremost, the very first phone call. Is the attorney or is the staff member who's taking the information from you, are they listening? Because right up front, if they're not listening to what you're saying, then it seems to me they've got some other purpose or some other agenda. Maybe it's a big advertising firm and they just need to get you signed up, but they should be listening. Number two, do they take the time to explain things to you, the process, how cases work, time frame, all those sorts of things? We have found over the course of the years that we've been doing this, that the better our clients understand the process, the more patient they're going to be, the better the process is going to move for them, and the more informed they are, they're going to be in a much better position to make the right decision for themselves or their family at the end of the day, as opposed to being with an attorney who doesn't tell them anything. Third, does your law firm keep you regularly informed as to what's going on with your case? The cases take a while, and there are lulls where to a client it doesn't seem like anything's happening, but we're working the case. Law firms should try to be pretty decent with giving some sort of regular updates, at least on a monthly basis. If you're not getting a regular update, it's nothing to get too upset about, but here's the issue. If you call the law firm requesting an update, number one, can they provide you that? Do they talk to you? Do they give you the update? Or if they can't take your call, do they call you back? If you send them an email, do they respond? If you're making an active effort to communicate and you're getting no response, there's something wrong. It's an indication that maybe you've gone to the wrong place. and maybe you either need a face-to-face to sit down with your attorney or a staff member to find out why they're not responding, or maybe you just need to find somebody else. Communication is so important in everything we do. We need to communicate with our clients. Our clients need to communicate with us. And if that's a one-way street and there are no return communications from those professionals you've hired to help you and advise you, then that's the best indication early on that maybe your law firm really isn't the right law firm for you, and maybe you should look somewhere else.
Thanks for listening to Ask a Lawyer with Christopher J. Zacher at the Zacher Law Firm in Phoenix, Arizona. Join us next time as Chris answers your questions about the law and how it affects you.